and welcome to the Backend of Business podcast. I'm Colin Murphy, the founder of Maybell Tech Agency, and this podcast is where we talk about actually what happens behind the successful online businesses. The launches, the automations, the systems, the customer journeys, and all the back-end structure, which most people overlook. So after years of working with different businesses, I've realised something. So most businesses don't struggle because their offer's bad. It's because their back-end is messy, and it's not their fault. They don't actually know what is needed in place. Loads of things are disconnected, everything's being done manual, and it just stops you from growing in the way that you want. So inside the podcast, I'm going to be showing lots of different things, breaking down my freebie, the Shit Out Launch framework, to show you exactly how you can grow your business in a way that feels good for you. So if you're struggling in these places, this podcast is definitely for you. You are in the right place. This is the Backend of Business podcast. I'm dead excited to be here today. It feels really surreal to be recording this episode because this podcast been in my head for a long time. Just wasn't quite sure what I needed to do, and having a holiday brought this all to me. So I wanted to create something that I could talk to people properly about the back end of business, but not at a really complicated level where people are not going to get it. I wanted to break things down, make it simple, bring things to the table that people actually struggle with. So at Maybell Tech Agency, we have been helping women run their business for a long time, a couple of years now, and recently I've been digging deep into launches and I absolutely love it. So putting all the things together that help people create the really good converting launches that everybody wants. So last couple of clients, we've had some really big launches. We've had 38 grand, we've had 26.5 grand, and I use this myself. So I've got something called the Shit Out Launch framework, which is a freebie that you can download. I'll link it below, which is all the steps that you need. And I'm going to be using this podcast to, one, break down all of these steps and make things really simple. And two, sharing lots of things that can help you grow your business from a back end way that you might have heard people talk about, and it sounds really, really tech heavy and confusing. So over the last few years of working behind the scenes in mainly coaches' businesses, I realised the big thing missing is not more ideas. We've all got the ideas, we've all get the downloads, we all get excited, shiny object syndrome. I'm like, I'm going to launch this, I want this new offer, and they put out on social media, and sometimes you get a few people interested, but there's lots of posts being put out there and dead in the comments, no one's signing up. And a lot of people don't realise that it's not the ideas, it's not that it's not a good idea because it's fucking amazing, it's the structure. And this podcast, I want to help with breaking this down. So for the first episode, I want to talk about something really important: what makes a successful launch. So people assume straight away that it's having a big audience, sharing loads on social media. They posted loads, they did loads of reels, they just got lucky. They're really good at selling. Yeah, that stuff comes in place because you've got to have the marketing behind it. And something that I'm mega big on is that I can build all the back end, but you've got to go out there and promote it. You've got to get it seen by the world. But honestly, that is not the reason. It's normally the back end sides that people don't see. So people see the Instagram stories, the launch content, the countdowns, the sales posts, but they don't see the funnels that go behind it, the nurture sequences, the automations and the customer journeys, the onboarding, the sales flow. And these are things that I'm going to break down. So before we start, I'm going to talk about what is a funnel. Because I remember first hearing this and thinking, like, it sounds really confusing. And all you've got to think of it as an actual funnel. People coming in the top, less people make it down by signing up to your freebie. Then less people, once they've signed up, how many are going to open it? How many are going to see it? How many is going to open your emails? And then you've got the nurture sequence that comes in, and that's your emails that sell whatever it is you're selling. The bottom of the funnel is how many people are actually going to buy. And think of it that way. We're going to funnel them in. There's going to be more at the top than there is at the bottom. And that is just how it works. We know ourselves when we go in to a shop. How many people come in through the door? That's the top of the funnel. People just have a look around, have a mooch. How many people are going to go and try things on and then actually buy? It's going to be less people that come in the shop in the first place. So what we do is we help support the back end side of a launch. So it's a lot different between launching, feeling smooth and feeling stressful. And that's what we try to take away with Maybell, is that it's not stressful. We sort the tech out and then you go away and launch it. But something that a lot of people don't realise is that they're sending everything manual. So somebody, you've got a freebie, and this is from actual client conversations I've had. They've come in and had a conversation with me and said, yeah, I've got this free download, and somebody wants it. They comment on my post that they want the free, and then when they've commented, I message them back and get their email address, and then I go to my emails and I get the free download and I pop it in an email and I send it over to them. They get the free, and that is just so much hard work for not much return. If you're sending this out, say 100 people a month sign up to this, that's 100 times you've got to go and do this same process to get them to have your freebie. All's well is converting that into a manual process, an automated process where they click it, they get it sent. But what happens after that? They're just on your email list. You keep that email list tucked away until you want to start doing email marketing. Or after that, they get a welcome email, which is what you'd send manually before. And then a couple of days later, they get another email, and then they learn to know about you. This is called a nurture sequence. So they get to know about you. There's some little storytelling in there. You then tell them about this service that you're promoting. And these little droplets throughout each email that makes them want it more and more. And this is how a funnel works. A funnel with the automations put in place and the email sequences is what helps sell that big thing. So you shouldn't be sending links manually, chasing people up in DMs, forgetting who signed up, got a list of emails in a notebook or on a document on your computer, wondering if they've actually opened the email, seen the email, you've gone into their spam box. Everything is built from scratch every single time. So many people are doing this, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't do that. There is so many people out there that do that. And if you are one of them, you can create so much automation easy. And this is why I wanted to come and talk about this, because nobody really teaches this side properly. A lot of people gatekeep. They keep stuff to themselves where they don't want to tell people how to do this. And I am not that person. I am the one who sets this up for a client and then does a video to show her how to use this to edit it for next time. Thinking about putting things in place that are easy editable, changing dates and things so you can use these over and over again. So most people are taught how to market, how to show up, how to create the content, but not how to help someone actually after they've clicked. So this is what I'm going to be breaking down over the next few episodes, is the steps in my shit hot launch framework. So there's a few steps in there. We have got the lead set up, so how to get people in. We've got the sales, and then we've got the delivery. So how we're going to sell it to them, how are they actually going to buy this, so the steps for this, and then the delivery. So if it's an online course, like, where is it going to be held? Are we going to put this in place? Are you going to be sending them a video every time we do that? Again, I've had that. Someone said, I've got it all on a platform. They was using Vimeo and password protected videos, and each time someone was ready for the next video, they send them the new password. There's ways to do this easier and not at a stupid amount cost-wise, because people think they've got to put hundreds and hundreds of pounds into a platform. You don't. If you want to learn how to do this yourself, you can do this yourself. I have a membership where you can sign up and there's how-to videos. That's how much of a non-gatekeeper I am, because I want to be able to help you not be so overwhelmed with tech on a daily basis. So what is the steps behind a successful launch? Is having all these automations in place is amazing, but how do we do this? So the shit out launch frameworks I've just mentioned, you've got a couple of steps in there which break these down. Each step is really important, that there is a way to bring people in. So having an opt-in, having a freebie, running a masterclass, having a video where they download it, something like that to bring them in. You've got to have someone to sell it to. Once you have gone down these steps and you've got that freebie in place, you're going to go and market it everywhere. You're going to get out, you're going to market it and get people to sign up. The next step is the emails that come in after they have signed up. So you have the sales steps. So we're going to have some sales emails in there, a nurture sequence. It's going to be able to sell to these people on a regular basis, but not too sales heavy. You're going to introduce yourself, let them know who you are, hitting the pain points where we're going to look and think, are you this person? Do you struggle with this? If they are this person, they struggle with this, they've signed up, we're going to go a little bit deeper after that. And then at the end is, once they bought, how do we onboard them? What do we do to get them into our world? And how do they start accessing the thing that they've bought? So like I said, we're going to be releasing a new episode each week, and the next one is all going to be about the lead setup stage of stuff and what we need to do to set these up. I'm going to tell you the exact steps that you need without being overly techy and complicated, the platforms that you can use. And obviously, if you're in a place and you're like, I really want someone to do this for me, you can send us a message on Instagram at Maybell Tech Agency, and we can help you set these things up as well. Lots of different ways to work with us in our world, which I'll introduce to you over the next few episodes. But until then, can't wait to dig deep with you guys in the Shit Out Launch framework, which is going to be the first series of this podcast. I will see you later.